Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome in if you're new. Welcome back if you're returning. My name is Marisa, and this is Etheric Light Soma. So, welcoming into this space. How are we all doing with this phase of the moon coming up? The new moon in Libra, October 21st. The energies are here. So, let's all take a moment to remind ourselves we are still here. We're present. And we're allowing ourselves the permission to be here now in this moment. And I'm just going to bring some messages through and the downloads that wanted to be shared with you today. But I really want to invite just a breath or two for our heart space. A lot of relationship energies have been stirring up to the surface lately. And so there's maybe reoccurring themes that are coming up for you and how you share your life with somebody, how you share yourself with another, how you share yourself with yourself. Okay, to be honest, like this is an inside job. When we are working with others, we are coming from a place in a space of beliefs, of conditions, of our behaviors, of our actions, of our words, our thoughts. And so allowing them to be aligned with our heart and our mind and our soul and our spirit is very important. And when we feel out of alignment, when we feel like we are saying things that maybe aren't that kind, or that we have thoughts coming through our mind, these emotions, these energies that are stuck in our field from some time that may have been triggered or pulled up to the surface again for us to take a deeper look into. Having the courage to just find your breath in that moment before you say something you don't mean to, before you react in a certain way that you know isn't coming from a space of love. It isn't love for yourself because it's causing all of these charged energies and emotions coming up in your field and in your body. And you can feel them and you need to express them, right? And sometimes they get expressed to that somebody. And maybe that person does need to hear it. Maybe they do need to wake up. Well, we can do it and we can be it in a kind way. We can do it and be it in a learning way, in a way that provides space, provides that clear resolution in communication. And so this new moon in Libra is bringing up the relationship skills, okay? It is bringing resolution through open communication. And so opening the airways, opening our breath and the way we, and the space that we take in between the words and the thoughts that we think is so, so essential. That is the medicine, and you hold the medicine within you. Another download that was coming through was that your heart is so expansive. And so working with your hands is going to be important. You're going to be more in touch with your reality when you are in touch with it, okay? When you touch onto it, when you touch into the parts that are playing out and noticing, are you playing the role or the instrument that is really loud, okay? And can you start to tone it a little bit down? Tone it in a way that is felt from the heart, okay? That is felt from your feminine. Starting with I feel, okay? Speaking about how you feel and communicating how you feel about it, about whatever is coming up in your relationship, about whatever it is that's coming up within your body, your emotions, your energy, the sensations. Speaking about how we feel opens up a different form, a different channel, a different door of communication so that we can explore how we can evolve, learn through, understand, acknowledge, hear, deeply listen. It turns on all these new dials when we are in our feeling state, when we are just saying, I don't like when, it's hard to understand it because we are such feeling beings, okay? At our core, we feel things, and that is how we can really aliven and awaken our spirit and our soul essence, our wisdom, the knowledge within us by feeling, okay? We all had this feeling that we wanted to come back down here to do this earth game again, to learn and to evolve, to understand more love, more connection, what has been held as a trauma and imprint within our system, within our fascia, within our muscles, within our body, within our blood, even within our bones. What have we been carrying? And so they talked about you writing, drawing, singing, playing an instrument, literally, to work with your heart more. So if you want to open up and explore your heart space, your heart chakra, it is working with the hands because the hands and the arms are directly correlated and connected with your heart space. They are the instrument that plays out and that can be in touch with people from the heart. Okay, when we think of that, maybe you think of somebody like in massage therapy, body work therapy. Maybe you think of a hug, or when somebody touched you when you were hurt and they placed their hand on you, or you placed your head on their shoulder. You curled up into a ball when you were scared and when you were, wanting to hide. You used your body, the touch of your body, to be in touch with the outside reality and to help hide you and keep you safe in one moment. All of this is a medicine. And the medicine wheel card came up today for us to explore and stay curious, to invent a new part of our being to come forward. Invent, I say, you are an inventor, you are a creator, you are an alchemist. So you can create the medicine and you can keep going and moving and moving and moving along the cycles and the changes and the seasons, the transitions. Whatever is coming up right now in your field, within your relationship, within yourself, it is all here to serve this bigger purpose of finding and being a medicine. This wheel of life that we're all on together, playing in, being a part of, okay? The next download that came through was you are beginning to see the seeds that you have planted. You're beginning to see and notice the subtle roar of your ancestors cheering you on, asking for more, inviting you to expand and explore that expansion, like that expansiveness. When you feel lit up again, when you feel inspired, when you feel like you are enlivened by something, they are asking and inviting you. That gentle nudge, they're saying you are capable of not holding yourself back anymore. So there's something that maybe you've wanted to do, you've wanted to change up in a relationship, or this is just your life and this relationship with yourself that you are playing. And you want to explore something new. You want to try something new. You want to step outside of the box, is what I'm hearing. And you are being asked and reminded that you have the permission. You don't need to ask for it, but you do need to remember that you do have the protection. You are so protected and loved, and you are so encouraged to do and take those next steps, those new steps. The last download that came through, you guys, was exploring different parts of the world. And this kind of like pertains to what I was just saying. New social outlets, okay, new communities, new friendships. Again, relationships are coming up and there's new dynamics and roles that we want to play out. There's new parts of us that want to explore. Oh, okay, so I always make breakfast every weekend. How about I openly say to my partner, my husband, my fiance, or my wife, my partner, right? My fiance, if I say, hey, I would love to have you cook breakfast one morning. That would be awesome if you could do and try something different. I know that you have some recipes that you've been thinking about, and I'm really excited to try them. So I'm just not going to cook tomorrow. You can do it. And, just like excitement, encouragement. It's like when we want something new in a relationship, we have to remember that we all can't read each other's minds. And so speaking about it, bringing it up, and then seeing how it goes. Okay. You never know until you know. Again, they're pointing me to the medicine wheel. So this is a week of medicine. This is a week of transformation within your relationships. This is a week of courageous acts of bravery and conscious awareness. And so staying consciously and observing how others treat you, how others connect with you. And if it's not something that you want anymore, if it's not something that's aligned with you or for you anymore, how can you have the courage and the bravery to speak up, to ask for what you want, to communicate what you need more of? How can you find yourself in this next phase of this journey with this somebody or with the self that allows changes to happen, that allows change to make its way to you and for you, and so that you can see change and you can feel change around you? This is the medicine, and this is the wheel, and this is the journey that we are all on already. And so, taking one step by step daily, okay? You don't need to move things so fastly this week. It is a week of just allowing yourself to be in the moment, feel into the moment, be in your feelings, be in your feminine, bring up your feminine energies, allow her to awaken and to nourish the relationship, to nurture the moment through speaking how she feels, speaking how and what you're noticing, what you have been noticing, what has been coming to your mind, what has been coming to your heart, so that you can awaken a different part of your reality from within, so that you can see this new open gateway of the channel of communication. That is how we open the channels between us. We are all conduits, we're all receivers, we are all givers. It's a now about bringing it back into balance. And that is the Libra energies that are coming through for the new moon this week. All right, you guys, this is where it's going to land. Thank you for being here. Take lots of care.